Why the new Resident Evil trailer feels so terrifying. Something strange happened when the new Resident Evil trailer dropped because people watched zombies, chaos, and Raccoon City falling apart. But the thing fans immediately started talking about wasn't the monsters, it was Bryan searching for bullets, finding shotgun shells in a drawer, spotting a typewriter, all these tiny details that somehow made people say the same thing. This finally feels like Resident Evil. Before we move ahead, if you're enjoying the video so far, and you like understanding the psychology hidden behind movie characters, make sure to like the video, subscribe to channel, and share it with a friend who enjoys this kind of content. Also, comment below and tell me your favorite part of the video so far. And I think Zach Cregger figured out why, because this movie isn't just trying to show you Resident Evil, it's trying to make your brain feel like you're the person holding the controller. And there is one deliberate decision he made with Bryan that explains almost everything in this trailer, even why making him look weak might actually be the smartest choice in the movie. Bryan isn't Leon Kennedy. He isn't a trained hero walking into Raccoon City knowing exactly what to do. He's a medical courier trapped inside one horrible night. And that changes the psychology completely, because the moment your main character looks too capable, part of the fear disappears. When you know the hero can handle whatever is behind the next door, the door stops being scary. But Bryan doesn't know what's behind it. He doesn't know whether the next room is safe, or if the decision he's making right now is going to save him or make everything worse. That's where Resident Evil has always been terrifying. Not only in the thing chasing you, but in the few seconds before you see it, when you're moving through a dark hallway, listening for something you can't identify. Your brain hates uncertainty because when danger has a clear shape, you can prepare for it, but when information is missing, your imagination fills the gaps. Every sound becomes a possibility, every doorway becomes a question, and suddenly even an empty room feels dangerous. Now here's the detail Cregger has already revealed that makes this trailer much more interesting. Bryan was intentionally designed to feel like an average person dropped into Resident Evil. Cregger has said he's just a normal guy, not particularly good at combat, basically the kind of person an average player might become if the game suddenly turned real. And that isn't a weakness in the character, that's the psychological trick. Bryan is us. When he searches a room for something useful, we understand why. When he hears something and freezes, we're already asking the same questions with him. Do we keep moving? Do we run? What happens if the next room is worse? And those game references suddenly become more than Easter eggs. Cregger has talked about loving Resident Evil because of resource conservation, constantly thinking about what you have, what you carry, what you leave behind, and whether you're prepared for what comes next. And he wanted that slow, deliberate, survival horror feeling inside the movie. That's why the shotgun shells matter, why searching drawers matters, why a typewriter can make longtime fans feel strangely safe, because those objects aren't only references, they're reminders of a world where survival depends on decisions. But there is another thing many viewers may not realize yet. This movie is not retelling Leon's Resident Evil 2 story. Cregger has explained that Bryan's story happens around the same Raccoon City disaster, almost on the sidelines of those events, which means fans may understand what is happening to the city long before Bryan does. We recognize Raccoon City, we know what Umbrella means, we know this night is going somewhere terrible, but Bryan is still trying to understand the rules while he's already trapped inside them. So the movie creates two kinds of tension at once: the uncertainty of not knowing what Bryan will encounter next, and the dread of knowing he has no idea how bad this can become. And I think that's why this trailer is connecting with Resident Evil fans. It isn't simply copying characters or famous scenes. It's trying to recreate the feeling underneath the games. You enter somewhere unfamiliar, you don't have enough information, you make a decision anyway, and then you live with whatever is waiting on the other side. That's why Bryan, being bad at surviving, might actually be the smartest decision Zach Cregger made, because the scariest version of Resident Evil isn't watching an unstoppable hero clear Raccoon City. It's watching someone who has absolutely no business surviving it take one more step forward anyway. And maybe that's the secret this movie understands. Resident Evil was never terrifying only because of what was chasing you. It was terrifying because you had almost nothing left, a dark hallway in front of you, something moving somewhere you couldn't see, and the game still expected you to open the door. This trailer isn't just recreating the story of Resident Evil, it's recreating the feeling of playing it.